coward without the moral courage to prevent an atrocity. You offend me.
You offend me, YouTube. Hey, YouTube.
How
Talking
dare
to
you? How dare you? How dare you?
Hi, everybody. Well, ain't that the shit? You're not supposed to curse in the first 8 seconds, so we gave him 2 minutes lead time on that. How's that for some shit? Seriously, how is that for some shit? It wasn't a strike. They gave me a warning. They say your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. And hey, as to paraphrase Steph the Alter Nerd, YouTube human reviewer, go fuck yourself. Well, I mean, don't fuck. I mean, you guys do your job. You're the AI shit that did the takedown. You can go fuck yourselves. That's what I say. So I have appealed. I did appeal the takedown. They said your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. Because it's the first time your account isn't affected, you're only warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel. If this happens again, your channel will get a community guideline strike. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. All right, so yeah. And again, they didn't say what I was copyright claimed for, what I was taken down for. They didn't say that. Yeah. Member for 1 month says, congratulations on the warning. Thank you, Sergio Guzman. Deeply, deeply appreciated, I guess, for what that's worth. Jinver, just because YouTube sucks harder than, yeah. And Alan Wall, who's been a member for 6 months. YouTube, you suck, Neil. Wasting my member chat for you assholes, right? Neil, don't be like your predecessor. You're better than that. Jeff, could you put up the video again without the TED Talk? No, they nuked it. It is gone. It's not even in my playlist anymore. They physically yeeted it from my list of videos. I do not have that stream anywhere. I do have the recording on StreamYard. So it is, I think it's recorded. I'm not sure if I think there should be enough recording space on there that was recorded. I could try to do it again, but you know, there you go. But see, they didn't specifically say it was the TED Talk, although it seems to have been the TED Talk that got it yeeted. For those of you that are just joining and wondering what the hell is going on, we were having a great stream, a fantastic stream, minding our own damn business on YouTube, showing a TED Talk that we're able to show and we're allowed to show when the stream got taken down. We got a warning and there was 1 minute left and I pushed it. If I just would have moved on to the next subject, probably would have been okay, but I thought there's only 1 minute left. What could happen during that 1 minute? Well, apparently the YouTube AI gods decided that not only were they going to block the stream for a minute, they blocked it for a minute and then they just removed it. And when they removed it, they yanked it hard. It is nowhere even in my content library. They just pulled it. I need Jerry Spence. He's the only one of these guys left alive. I need Jerry Spence to come and argue on my behalf as to why his TED Talk should be allowed in. Oh my Lord. That was less than ideal, wasn't it? Now I'm just grumpy. So that's what happened. I got uber yeeted. I mean, just yanked. And it could have been for any one of the things that was going on there. But it seems to have been the TED Talk because both of the incidents happened during the TED Talk. And I want to show you guys something. Hang on, let's see if we can do this. Let's go to YouTube. Let's see. Jerry Spence TED Talks. TED Talk. Hey, don't worry, ain't gonna show that shit on here. We're just gonna. I'm doing some things behind the scene here. This talk was given at a TEDx event using the TED conference format, but independently organized by a local community. Learn more at ted.com/TEDx. Well, let's go there and see. Right now, let me bring this up and we can look at this together. Where's my StreamYard stream? Where's my StreamYard be streaming? Okay, we're over here on this one here. Let me bring this up. So we're just ranting here. I didn't want to leave everybody in the lurch and just kind of disappear and go off to sleep being all grumpy and shit. So I restarted the stream, just for what it's worth, so that y'all can be here and share in the grumpiness and the misery that is my life. The stream is stopped because we detected audio and or video belonging to someone else. Now, see, this is interesting. When this message came up, it says we're experiencing high contact volumes. If you contact us, you may notice longer than normal wait times. So there's a lot of people right now at this particular instant in time that seem to be really, really pissed. So that's just whatever that is. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to say thank you very much for those super chats. You don't get any of them. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'll keep you posted with that shit. I'll know in a couple of days whether those super chats get credited to my account. If not, I have a list of all of the super chats that come in, and I will encourage you to do don't do chargebacks yet, please, for the love of God, don't do chargebacks yet. But give it. It takes a couple of days for everything to get through the system. So when it does, when it gets through the system, I'll know whether or not they're going to let me keep those shekels. If they don't, I will let you know individually, and we will have words. We're still not going to monetize this stream because we know how that goes, don't we? That's one thing they don't like. All right, hang on real quick here. Let me... jackasses. Right. Okay, we currently have how many people here? 172 of you came back. Thanks, guys. If you missed the stream that got taken down, I'm sorry. We had a great conversation about F. Lee Bailey and Jerry Spence, and we were going to talk about Clarence Darrow. I was definitely going to show some stuff that had copyrights and take the risk, but frankly, I ain't doing that no more today. Let's look at what they're talking about here, shall we? Assuming this is a TED Talk takedown. And this is all done automatically on YouTube, little AI shit where they go, oh, we detect you're doing something that's copyrighted. So we're going to take in place of the copyright owner and think that they would probably want you to have this takedown happen without actually having the TED Talk people do it themselves. YouTube did it for them. And I don't know if it probably TED Talks asked them to do it. I don't know if it's an opt-in to have someone to do takedowns of people that use your copyrighted things, or if it's something you have to opt out. I don't know if it's an opt-in or an opt-out thing, but screw them. Xcomer, who's been a member for 10 months, says yeeted. Yeah, I got yeeted hard. All right, let's share this stream here. Let's share this screen. Where's the share the screen button? Oops, hang on. Sorry. So again, we're just assuming it's the TED Talks. We're assuming it's the TED Talks that got us nuked. So we do that. Let's see here. Want to learn more? Let's see. I know it's around here somewhere. Watch. TED Talks, browse the library, playlists, independently organized stuff, discover, attend, participate, about. Can't remember where I saw it on here before. Watch, share, and create lessons. TED Ed videos. That's not what we're looking at here. I'm trying to find this policy here. We're doing this TEDx talks because I have streamed that before. I streamed it late last year. Not a problem at all showing that. Not a single problem. Private advertising partnership. Terms of use. I think it's in the terms. Is it in the terms of use? Copyright issues and licenses. There we go. DCMA notice. TED posts TED Talks and content from around the world. While TED strives based on the facts, do not infringe on other people's intellectual property rights. There may be occasion when content is provided by others. If you believe in good faith that content on TED sites infringes your copyright, okay, that's not what we want to use their copyright. License to TED content. TED Talks recordings are owned by TED, yes, of course, provided on TED.com and any other site that we manage or license. Unless otherwise indicated on the website, audio and video files, transcripts, and or information about a speaker licensed, which means that certain TED content may be used for personal and or educational purposes as long as the license and terms and TED Talk usage policy are followed. Fine. No problem there. Except as provided in the usage policy, you agree not to distribute any TED content without TED prior written authorization unless TED makes it available the means for such distribution through functionality offered from the TED Talks page at TED.com, such as the embeddable player. Maybe we should have used the embeddable player. I don't know. But I didn't have last time. License to third-party content. Podcasts. Browser tools. Paid subscriptions to TED. Donations to TED. TED membership. Legal risks and responsibilities. That's not where it is. I know this is boring as hell to you guys, but I'm just doing this so you can join me for the fun. Interacting with TED sites and platforms, copyright issues and licenses. All claims of copyright infringement should be emailed. No, it's the other way around. Our usage policy. Okay, let's find this. This says most TED Talk content is licensed under Creative Commons, viewing for personal educational use only. We ask that you review our usage policy to see how to manage commercial use or to understand our licensing term. All right, let's find their Creative Commons usage policy. Where is their usage policy? Usage policy. TED Talks usage policy. Let's check out what they're telling us to do. Shall we? Let's look at this. Personal, non-commercial use. Commercial, corporate use. Okay. Media request, projecting. All right. Projecting TED Talks to a group. That's I think that's what we fall under. But personal use, only non-commercial. We encourage you to share TED Talks under our Creative Commons license, international, which means it may be shared under the following conditions. CC means the type of licenses. BYQ. Okay. Embedding TED Talks on your site or blog. Okay. We can't embed them because we stream them. Video player, you must use the TED embeddable player running, and you must attribute TED Talks to the owner of the TED Talks, add visible link back to TED.com, running talks in their entirety. You may not edit. Okay, we didn't edit it. We were running it in its entirety. Okay, I don't think this fits what we need to do. Personal, non-commercial use. That's not commercial, corporate use. License work. Okay, we're not using it for commercial purposes. So I think it's projecting TED Talks to a group. That's what I'm going to think we fit under here. We encourage you to find creative ways to share TED Talks with your friends. I think sharing it on YouTube is a creative way of sharing TED Talks with friends, family, students, colleagues, and communities. See specific examples below. Please note that some of the below use cases require a license. TED Talks in the classroom. This is not a classroom. TED Ed videos, TED Talks, and non-TED conferences. If you're interested in organizing a TED-like event, not anymore. Screenings to groups, a variety of companies, organizations, institutions. Let's just do like an F search for YouTube, see if it's there. Oh, it is. Okay. A TED at work license enables, or it doesn't include any. There's 11 uses of YouTube here. All right, TED Talks in the classroom, TED Ed videos, conferences. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I translate TED content from my YouTube channel? Right, fine. We do not permit individual organizations to translate or dub outside the official TED translator community. Fine, we don't care about that. Follow TED YouTube. Okay, no, we're not going to follow them on YouTube. Can I use TED content in my song? Of course, that would be wrong. How can I bring TED into the classroom for English? I have a great personal mind to be a TED speaker. Not anymore. How long will it take? Translating requests for TED photos, media requests, TED Talks at non-TED conferences, screening to groups. A variety of companies, organizations, and institutions request use of TED Talks for screening within common areas. For example, education exhibits, employee training and development. Some of these uses require a license. For more information about obtaining a license, fill out. Okay, well, that's very, very vague. On YouTube, turn made available YouTube standard policy, not Creative Commons. For more information about licensing TED Ed videos, meh. Okay. TED Talk at non-TED conferences. Conference presenters can stream a YouTube channel in a non-commercial educational context. Maybe this is a conference. Commercial entities require a license to show TED Talks at a conference or industry event and should fill out a media licensing request form. Maybe I was doing it wrong. I don't know. This seems to have changed because I distinctly remember reading something saying that you can show it, you can do it as long as you don't edit it, you don't translate it, and you give the proper accreditation. And I didn't have time to do the accreditation because they yanked it midstream. So this was at TEDworks license enables and embedding TED Talks on your blog or site. You must use attribution. Yes, we did do that. Running talks in their entirety, we did that. Transcripts and subtitles, we used their own subtitles. Bloggers, news information websites, nonprofits. Yeah. Tracking video usage, scrapping video from TED.com is not permitted. Whatever. You know what? We'll just see what happens. So that sucked. Whatevs. Yeah. There's no archives. Whatever. And TED Talks they are legitimately a valuable source of information. They're a great thing to share. Nothing is done maliciously. Nothing is done to take money off them. That's specifically what I said at the beginning of the stream. The entire stream is not going to be monetized because of the TED Talk video included in it. Bernice, I was reading from the TED Talks terms of service. We were trying to find the right thing. Yeah, maybe Raven Liberty can help. No. Maybe. She seemed to be more electronic people. Copyright laws suck because they are heavily lobbied. But see, this is the thing. It's like, okay, use our TED Talks, distribute them non-commercially, but don't. I'm not blaming TEDx at this point. I'm still blaming YouTube. I did everything in my power to make sure the TEDx people were happy. Vodka, I'm kind of starting to join you there. Kind of starting to feel good about that. Well, shoot. This is just for all of us that are here talking amongst ourselves, all 208 of us. They want to see what happened. That's what happened. I got yeeted. I got yeeted hard, and they ripped the stream. And like I said, they nuked it. They didn't just say, okay, you can't stream this. They took the initiative of pulling it out of my content library. I have no access to that video at all. It does not exist. I appealed it. I'm not expecting to win that appeal, so that awesome stream is likely gone forever. we'll just have to see. Time to redo the whole stream. Yeah. And see, there's the problem. Is there's actually a lot of non-video stuff I wanted to get to, especially with Clarence Darrow. I wanted to read a bit from one of his most famous closing arguments, but frankly, the wind has just been sucked right out of my sails. And, I'm saying, all right, I'm going to sleep. It's 12:30 here. I went 30 minutes longer than I had planned. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know what they want. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It happened. It's appealed. It's like I said, I'm not holding my breath that YouTube will go, oh, okay, we're going to reinstate your video. What they're probably going to do is look at it and go, holy God, look at all of that third-party copyrighted stuff you streamed before we got to the takedown part. You suck. That's what I'm expecting them to do. But we'll just have to see. It's under review. So let's figure it out. It'll take a few days for them to decide what they're going to do. I hope it takes a couple of days. I hope, or either that or they go, okay, never mind, our bad, and they just reinstate it instantly. That's what I hope happens. See, and what happened last time, never mind. I don't even want to talk about it. Why talk about it more? Oh, Lordy. Yeah, so we've got a channel violation. We got a warning. We're under a warning that apparently never goes away. So it's going to be sitting there. Next time it happens, we get our first strike, and that means we can't do anything for a week. So the warning is there. And I said, they just said it never goes away. Your channel will get it. If this happens again, your channel will get a community guideline strike. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. And because this is the first time your account isn't affected, you're only warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel. So you get 1 warning and 3 strikes before you're nuked forever and ever. Amen. But I did submit the appeal. But see, again, it's interesting that they say third-party content, but no matter how much I dig through this and click on things, they don't say which third party. And see, that pisses me off more than anything. They don't say which third party is claiming it and what is the offending part of your stream. They don't say, TEDx, this, that, or the other, or this news story or that news story has claimed this section. You don't know who or what has been claimed. That is the shitty part. That's the part I don't like. But, and all they say is, we're reviewing your appeal. Thanks for your review. We're taking another careful look at your content. We'll send you an email when it's done. Right. Well, that's the dogs don't care. They're sleeping. That's the excitement. How's that for an exciting day, folks? Yeah, I we need to GoFundMe to hire Jerry. Well, he's like 94. He's not long for the world, but he's probably got better things to worry about. My YouTube message included even fraud, says Smopovia. Well, yeah, it's annoying that they don't tell you the details. I'm sure it's the TEDx stuff. See, Meme is the guy. Meme knows everything. Meme is Mr. Online User. But this is okay, Meme. I don't know if you want to come on and have a discussion about this and lecture me as to what I did wrong, please let me know. Let me know on Twitter. Otherwise, we can do a chat here, because Meme knows what he's talking about. Meme is the YouTube guy. Meme does a lot of stuff and uses a lot of cool content and cool things and knows all of the rules. He's the actual guy in practice that knows what's going on. He's Meme Copian, and I'm not. That's how cool he is. All right, I'm gonna send him a link here. We'll just have a little chat for a bit. It's 12:41 a.m. for the both of us. So to all you peeps out there, oh my God, I brought up Twitter and I just had to look at a giant picture of Lizzo with a nose ring and a chain going to her ear. Why did I have to watch that? Why did I have to see that? All right, I'm sending Meme the link here. Meme Copium now has the link. I think. Wait, it didn't. There we go. Now he has the link. Ah. He's got Max Mura on his team. They're unstoppable. Yeah. Max Mura is unstoppable all by himself. Yes, Lizzo is getting sued for fat shaming people. Of all the shit Lizzo is getting sued over, it's for fat shaming people. Can you believe that shit? Lizzo getting sued for fat shaming people. How fat do you have to be that Lizzo fat shames you? Oh, I might be pushing it. We'll see. All right, we're waiting for Meme Copium to show up because he does a lot of these things. He streams a lot of material. Oh, here he is. Here's the man of the hour. What's up? How you doing, Josh?
How's it going, Jeff?
It was going great till about 20 minutes ago.
You weren't reading all my top tier jokes. I was saying that's why they call it TEDx, because if you play it, you're going to be an ex-YouTuber.
I guess, but I've done this exact video before without a single issue.
Mm-hmm. No, so you're in a bit of a rough spot because you're really close. If you don't already have a channel manager, they'll be looking at getting you one soon because you're getting close to 100,000 subscribers.
Well, they've assigned me one, but I've never contacted her.
This would be the time to contact them. Like, contact them directly, okay. And if they don't respond, maybe call Nick and see if he can get you a bit of help. Because if it's under the TEDx terms that you're allowed to play things, provided it's not monetized, but you were saying it was not monetized prior to the stream, I believe, because I kind of popped in just as my stream was finishing. Yeah. So you should be able to get this reversed, and you want to get this reversed because they say it's a warning, but you only ever get one warning and it never removed from your channel. So it's really the first strike. This is where they're very sneaky with this. Yeah,
they give you 4 strikes, but they don't call the first one a strike.
Yeah, so I would email your partner rep if you haven't already. If they don't respond, then get other people's partners reps to try and help you out here, because it's a nightmare to get anyone on YouTube to actually look at your stuff. But that's what you got to do, and because you really don't want to ever be and have any of these strikes on your channel.
No, I would like not to have them.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, I thought they'd already given me a warning.
One bonus though is that in theory you should get all the super chats.
That's what I'm worried. That's the only thing I'm worried.
No, that should be fine. If not, then it'll be refunded automatically. I don't think. Well, sometimes if you get demonetized, sometimes they just take everything. That does happen. But that shouldn't be a problem here. You should get all the super chats, but the ad revenue will be gone from your account, and streams don't make any ad revenue anyway, so it's like
there wasn't, because I know from doing this before that that's one of their things. You cannot monetize a TEDx stream.
Yeah. So that's what you're looking at. It's a bit shitty, but
it is.
In theory reversible. It should be. They should, if they're going to honor their terms. I would just find the part of TEDx's disclaimer or website or wherever it says if you don't monetize this, you can restream and talk about it and add commentary or whatever you're doing. Take a screenshot of that and include it into your email to your partner manager.
Yeah, I was looking through it, and I don't know if they've changed or if I misread something the first time, but it pretty much everything was done except for they said you have to use their dedicated embedded TEDx video player thing, which seems like a stupid thing to hang your hat on.
I don't know about that. You mean maybe they mean playing through the direct YouTube thing, because I don't think TEDx has a direct. Were you playing it from the website or from YouTube?
I was playing from YouTube.
Yeah, then it should be fine. It should be fine.
Well, it should be. Yeah.
Usually the YouTube embedded thing is only if you're playing on a third-party website, or if you're playing it for like an audience or a crowd, because a lot of people like to download TEDx talks and play them at like universities and things like that.
Yeah, and the only thing they said is, for as far as restreaming on YouTube goes, some of our talks may require a license.
It's
like
a bit vague.
How vague can you be?
Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine after it comes back.
Yeah, it's just read.
It's like frustrating though. It takes the wind out of your sails because like if you get one more strike, you can't stream for a week, and that's an entire week of lost revenue or lost growth. Like it doesn't seem like a week seems like it's like a week holiday or something. But if you're like streaming nightly, because you stream like Monday to Friday, right? Like 5 nights a week. All of the subscribers that you would gain, it's like a knock-on effect, like a virtuous circle. It keeps going, keep going. Weekers can be a lot of momentum lost, and your channel's growing really quickly. So you really want to keep that momentum going. So one more strike would be really bad for you, obviously. I mean, it's terrible for everyone, but in your position especially.
Yeah, because I'm wondering. I don't know if it's so arbitrary because the TEDx site itself is, as we were just talking about, is so vague.
Can I offer you some delicious fish and almonds in this trying time? Can't stop munching.
Are they anchovies?
It's literally just anchovies and almonds. It's actually really delicious.
Okay, they have a bunch of those here too.
Yeah, they're really good.
And they're like candied. Like we've got the carrot syrup.
They're really pointy though. They're really pointy, but they're delicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love that when you get the tails stab into the roof of your mouth and like extricating.
Exactly. But
yeah, the almonds are the safe part. It's the little sharp, pointy, roasted. And they're all like they coat everything in these little like a sugar coating, like a caro syrup or a corn.
They almost
syrup
look like cat treats. Like if you ever had like the little cat treats, but they're actually really delicious. Like you'd be surprised how delicious fish and almonds are. They're like the two best fellows. And they go together like gum and nuts. Well, maybe
the table, I just had someone gum my nuts once, but that's a different story. The anchovy tails get very stabby.
Yeah, when are you heading over to America? Like this weekend?
Wednesday.
Oh wow! So 7 days from now. Oh, cool.
Yep. Exactly. A week from today. So that's when we're going. So yeah, do your worst, YouTube. Just until then, we're just gonna play it safe.
If you get a strike on Wednesday, that's fine, but just not this week.
Yeah. So, stop the stream to stop the subs. Looking at you, Rainbow. I guess what that's all about.
The other stuff you played today looked fine. Like again, I was like popping in and out because I finished streaming. Like I was going to end my stream and Max jumped on, so I had to play go for another hour. So
yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing is and I don't get why TED Talks would do this unless they're so far up their own asses that they take themselves that seriously. Because I mean, even the major world news sites, even if you clip a video, the worst they're gonna, like from a movie, the worst they're gonna do is go, okay, we'll take the $1.85 you're gonna get from ad revenue on this video.
I mean, in theory, like everything can be transformed into like transformative content, right? Like even like movies and songs and everything. But in practice, what happens is they shoot first and ask questions later, which is not great if you're working in in this sort of streaming where you're going to be reacting to things and transforming them live. And like specifically, you were showing people like historic lawyers tonight, correct? Yeah, exactly. And you're adding like, parts about their life and things like that. Yeah, exactly. So it's that would be. I mean, it should be under fair use for educational reasons, but that's they're always annoying when they were that.
And again, I specifically went out of my way not to talk during the TED Talks thing, just in case they were really anal about that. But
that's why you've got to find places just to inject like weird commentary or stop it just to get past those sort of things. Like you shouldn't have to in theory, because like there's no law like you have to pause every 10 seconds to inject commentary for it to be transformative. It's just like if you're providing enough context, it can stand on its own. Or there's like a 4-point test for fair use, but that's not important at the moment.
Yes, but it's like really weird. It would come TEDx. I mean, like that's TEDx's whole thing is this open source, this crowdsource, disseminate our talks, let everybody know, share these with everybody, and then they do this. That's just weird. Oh yeah, and so I got a little warning. I was showing a TED talk.
First time should be fine.
Yeah, it's a little warning.
Send the details of like where it says on TEDx's thing that you're okay to do this to like everyone who has a channel manager, because one of them in theory should be able to get through to the people. But it's kind of funny because YouTube's like partner managers and their actual like review team, they're like these separate like terrorist cells where they never really communicate to each other. It's very bizarre. No one really knows how it works at all, really.
Well, which is why I have never. I've got 2 emails from the partner coordinator or whatever she's called, saying, you know, I'm this person. Let's set up an appointment to talk. And I figured, just for what you said, you know, nobody talks to anyone else inside the organization, so she probably can't help me at all anyway. So I never talked to her.
Yeah, it's part of YouTube's strategy. Like they do this a lot when they demonetize random channels that are talking about topics that you're not allowed to talk about. They don't tell you exactly what happened. I think this was what happened to Megan Fox, actually. They don't tell you specifically what, because if they tell you what the specific point it is, you can argue in that point. Yeah. So they leave it vague on purpose because it makes it much harder to appeal it, which is very frustrating, but very good for them because they don't have to ever say they're wrong.
Yeah, and it's weird also, again, as we all know, the best way to get in touch with YouTube and to get them to do something is through Twitter. Isn't that weird? That is just ridiculous.
Because they don't care about setting things right. They just want to look right.
Yeah, I mean, it's dumb. I don't want to drop the R word in case they want to strike me for that too, but it's very ard. It's very R-tarded.
It's funny because you'd think that YouTube would want to work in their best interest to make more money, which is have more creators creating more things. But in practice, they kind of just don't care. It's weird. Like, unless you're like the top 10 creators in the channel or something.
TED Talks are just like people think that they're important. They go on and they say shit, and TED Talk uploads.
Doesn't TED stand for something like technology, education, discussion, or something like that? And then,
I think so.
It's something like that. The TEDx was always like a kind of derivative of it. Like the TED ones were like the real like sciencey stuff, and then they kind of just TEDx is just kind of
TEDx. Whoever wants to do it. Yeah. But this is an interesting thing. So if Emily D. Baker streamed her own TED Talk, she'd be yeeted too, probably. Because TED Talk owns the TED. The TED guys own the TED Talks.
It kind of be like if the voice actor for like Homer Simpson played a Simpsons episode or something. Like, you know, he's the actor, but not necessarily does he own it. It's a little bit different with like obviously if it's one person, but essentially yes, the TED license it, or they license it to other entities.
Lockpicking lawyer managed to get a channel restored for a friend. Well, let's hope I don't have to hit up lockpicking lawyer to get my channel back. We're not there yet.
I just watched one of his videos, actually. Somebody sent me his April Fool's video where he's unlocking his girlfriend's back door. His ex-girlfriend's back door with his boyfriend. Her boyfriend can't open it, so he had to go and open her back door. It's really funny.
I watched one actually yesterday where he unlocked a one version of a master lock by smashing it with another master lock.
I've always wanted to learn lockpicking. I know how it works in theory, but I want to do it in practice. But it's actually illegal to own lockpicks where I live. You can't own basically anything here. Like even carrying a pocket knife, like a daily carry pocket knife, is illegal in Japan, unless you have like a good reason. Did you see the case actually of the foreign chef who caused a freak out on the Tokyo train system because he was carrying his knives home from work?
No, was he a butcher, restaurateur?
It was a minor incident that happened about a month ago, because you're not allowed to carry knives in Japan unless you have a reason, and Japanese people don't have any weapons typically. You'd think that like they'd be carrying samurai swords and things like that, but that's not really the case. But there was a chef. He was either he quit or he was let go, and he was taking his knives home from his workplace to his home. And he fell asleep, and one of the knives fell out of his bag, and that caused someone to press the emergency stop button on the I think it was like the Shinjuku, which is like the largest train station in the world. 4 million people go through that a day, which is basically the population of New Zealand, which is funny to me. But there was like panic and stampedes and all sorts of things. Huge like incident, and they thought it was like a terrorist attack actually. Then he's like, no, I just fell asleep. And it's like, why do you have his knife?
And dude wakes up like, what's everybody panicking for? And he grabs his knife and tries to be all defensive and finds out it was him. Oh no. So what happened to him?
There was I think he got off. I mean he had a legit reason to be doing it, but if you're caught with one for no reason, like you will get in trouble. But I think Japan's like kind of on edge because actually last Halloween there was literally like a Joker, someone dressed up as the Joker, like Heath Ledger's Joker, and like stabbed a few people on I think it was stabbing on a subway in Tokyo, just to be edgy. Basically, he was a bit of a dick.
Yeah, Korea is the same. I'm not sure what the length is. If it's like 3 inches or 4 inches, but anything more than that, you have to actually register as a sword.
No, that's
other than like kitchen knives. Kitchen knives you're cool having in your house and stuff like that. But
we're talking about knives. Okay, yeah, never mind. But yeah, it's kind of weird though, right? It's kind of weird though. Because like I think it was on one of your streams. We were talking about like every man basically has a pocket knife in his arm's reach, and I did have one, but I have a good reason to do one, to carry one around because I use it for tools and things like that. I'm going camping next week. I'm going to be carrying it then. But usually I tuck it away somewhere. You know, don't carry it on my person. Yeah, it'd be fun. Like camping's a good reason to be wearing it. To have it. I mean.
Well, yeah. So that's what we did. We had a great stream talking about some great orators. We got nearly through the second one. We didn't get to Clarence Darrow yet. But, yeah.
Hey, what was the last guy that got you yeeted? What was his name?
Jerry Spence, and he's like
was really heavy stuff. Like he's like,
oh yeah,
but very powerful too. Very powerful.
Yeah. So we'll probably do part 2. Tuesday of next week, like the day before I go on vacation. We'll probably
there might have to be a locals or something stream for that one in particular.
Who knows? We'll figure it out. So I don't know. We're going to be showing some more copyrighted O.J. Simpson stuff from Court TV tomorrow.
Well, that's still copyrighted though, isn't it? Isn't that like public domain because it's a court case?
Well,
Well, I mean, I don't know for the particular judge, but I believe that all of that stuff is under fair use. I mean, automatically is not copyrighted because it's like the one broadcaster from that courtroom or something. I'm not sure though for the OBJ system, but I think they're all the modern stuff because that's what happened with Law and Crime. They tried to copyright strike a bunch of people when they were in the media pool. They didn't have exclusive rights to it anyway in the first place.
Yeah, and then they got their ass handed to them mainly by Nick. Nick kind of. He was spearheaded the.
It's a good precedent, actually. He said by doing that, and now it's kind of just funny.
Yeah, no, they haven't copyright struck anybody.
Yeah, but now what they do is they pay for the special privilege of being like an official like court reporter or like press credential things. So they get like a little bit of a bump in the analytics, which is annoying for any independent people that are doing it.
Yeah,
not that I do court streams, but
they'll have 15,000 people watching, and then Nick is probably the next one doing the trial, and he's got 2,000 viewers.
I mean, he used to I think it was back during the Rittenhouse strike. That's when he like completely like took them to the cleaners. He was like 30,000-40,000, I think, at the top, maybe even higher. I can't remember. It was like massive strength.
I think it was close to 100,000.
Yeah, I think at one point there was like, I think I saw that like was like 95,000 or something like live streams. And then it was like the Rittenhouse case was coming up, and that's when everything changed. That's when the court channels realized like, hey, there's a lot of actual potential here. And that's when the trusted sources, essentially it's a trusted source tag from what I've heard that media companies will get, which lets them just do anything basically.
Well, and Summer Butterfly, thanks for becoming a member right in the middle of this shit show. I appreciate your faith and confidence there.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
Have you seen this? StreamYard they show us the members
yeah,
now.
I did see that today. That's good.
Yeah, that was like really good. They finally listened to us. Yeah. That was a good thing. I saw that and I went, oh my God, it was surprising. Joe Choi says, I don't think Jeff can do Rumble because Korea. It's just how my situation, where I am now, and how my visa is set up. It doesn't interact with the bank accounts. It is so difficult to do tiny little things as foreigners in a foreign country.
Yeah, I don't use Rumble or Locals because it doesn't seem to have very good playback in Japan because I guess they don't have the rebroadcasting things because that's how YouTube works. They kind of have like these little nodes around the world where they kind of just download everything so that they can be played really quickly to you. And I think Rumble's mostly American based, or I guess they were Canadian based, but I think they're American now for legal reasons. So it's always been laggy for me. That's the long and short of it. So I
use Rumble for my backup. That's about it.
It's a good service. I want to see Rumble succeed. It hasn't been very good for me, so I don't use it for that reason.
See, I was surprised at this warning though. They just erased that video from existence.
Yeah, because usually they would just put you on that timeout where it's like 5 minutes or something, where it's like a black screen, and then like you can.
They did that once, and then I pushed it. I said, okay, there's 1 minute of this video left. Let's just watch the 1 minute, and because usually they do it like twice. They'll give you like a second warning.
Got greedy that last minute.
But as soon as I saw the yellow banner come up, I took it down. And then the yellow banner stayed there for about a minute, and then the
stream's always like 30 seconds ahead of what actually is happening, right? Because the way streaming works.
Yeah, and but I was surprised that it just does. It's not in my content library. They just
Yeah, that's actually
erased it
kind of
from
weird. Like people were
existence.
talking about it in my Discord because I saw it went down and I thought you'd be back in like 5 minutes. I actually went to the corner store to go get a drink. And then I was like, people are saying like the entire stream was just completely gone. I was like, oh, no kidding, it actually is. Like if you go to it now, it just doesn't even show your channel or anything. It just shows like, you know, this is unavailable sort of thing, like completely erased, which is strange.
Yeah, if you know, go into the studio and go into the content section, it's just not there.
That's really weird because that makes it very hard to appeal because you can't click on it or send the link. So make sure you save the link to that because, you know, it still exists. It just maybe it's been unarchived from your channel, but you'll need the link for the appeal process, and so don't lose that. Yeah,
let me check my Twitter. I'm curious if it'll let me in. Lizzo, I don't want to see anything about Lizzo being exposed when I open Twitter. Damn it, my eyes.
Isn't she charged for assault or something? She should be charged for assaulting my eyes.
Oh, that's interesting. I can still play it from the YouTube link. See, go back to my link and on my Twitter.
To me in the private chat. Oh, the Twitter. Okay.
Yeah, go to my Twitter from 3 hours ago. My tweet says we're live. Get in here, and I have the link to it.
Hey, everybody, get in here. Let's have a look. This one, the 30 minutes one. Yeah, I see it. YouTube has removed this for violating YouTube's policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. That's a weird one.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
This is what I see when I go to your channel. Give me a second. Just delete all my porn tabs.
Yeah, make sure we unless you want to see.
There you go.
Unless you want us to see what's there.
This is what it says when I go to that link. So this video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams, which is strange because that's usually what happens when you get mass reported, you know?
But I wonder. See,
because there's like, you know, this is what you get for like a crypto scam, or if someone is abusing the mass report system. I don't know why anyone would mass report you though. I mean, there's always a group of crazies out there for everyone, but I wonder actually. No, what does it say for you?
Well, there's 3 separate things it shows for me. So let me do this.
I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to send it to you on Twitter. If you do an appeal via email, I would include this and say that perhaps that their robot made a mistake, and then use that to try it. If you give YouTube a reason that they can say that it wasn't their fault, like they're like, well, it was just the AI. Who could be blamed for this? Then they might reverse it out of embarrassment, like secretly, like quietly reverse it. It's nothing.
So this is the interesting thing.
I'll include the link. I'll include the link in the screenshot.
Yeah. So here's the interesting thing for me is, where are we at here? All right. This is my link here. This is my Twitterverse. It's big in it as much as possible. So this is me, my Twitter stream here. This is the all of my notifications with the links for the stream. So if I click on it here, it opens up and plays.
You're about to get a second strike.
No,
don't show that part of the thing again. That's weird.
No. So it plays here, but if I click on YouTube,
is that archived on Twitter? Maybe, not sure.
I don't know. But if I click onto YouTube, I get the same notification you get.
All right. I sent you. Well, I mean, if you've got that, then I sent you a copy just in case.
But there's a third layer to this. So I get the. Is that you or is that me? Sure, I'm looking at the right thing here. Right. So for me, I get the same thing. The video has been removed for violating policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. And then if I click in View in Studio, it says we're reviewing your appeal. We're reviewing your appeal. Thanks for your review. We're taking another careful look at your content. We'll send you an email when it's done.
Was it an auto review, or did you include a description of what happened?
I just said, look, this was a TED Talk thing. It's not monetized. They specifically say I can do this.
Yeah, provided you get a human reading that, you should be okay. Depends if they're working for KPIs or not, you know, because it's a lot easier to just deny an appeal and move on, especially if you're if they have their quota of like 20 appeals per hour or something like that. Unfortunate, but that's what the way the world's going these days.
Well, see, that's the thing. They said they're experiencing heavier than usual traffic at the moment. So it might just their AI may have gone rogue or something too.
This is the thing with YouTube. It's like it's so stupid because like sometimes you have to, like I had a video I worked on a short and it got denied for monetization like 5 times, and if you don't get something monetized, it doesn't get any reach. So I just keep resubmitting it. Eventually, after like 10 uploads, it came back green from the YouTube reviewer, and I was like, okay, great, I'll just do this one then. It's kind of weird, but you have to do it.
Yeah, but then if I go to the studio and go to the copyright guideline strike notification page, it says it was for a third-party content violation.
Third-party content violation.
Which is not what it says when you just click on the link, which as you saw. So it's something's messed up there.
Yeah, that is a bit weird. I wonder if you were being reported by somebody, but I don't know who would do that to you.
But I'm a harmless, lovable fuzzball, and everybody likes me.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got any weird. I've never seen any weirdos in chat saying that they don't like you. I mean, they always show up. But that would be my only other thing. But you need like a group of like 20 to 50 people to do those sort of things. For the autoflag system anyway.
Well, and Rose says copyright is no big deal though, Jeff. It's not going to hurt your channel. They'll just get monies, or you can just private videos. Well, the next one I get means I don't stream for a week. That does hurt the channel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're not engaged on YouTube, might be a bit hard to understand. But the warning isn't a warning. You get 4 strikes. The warning is the first strike, and they say it's just a warning, but it never disappears. So
never
it's essentially
goes
the first strike. Nothing happens with the first one, right? And then each one will get like significantly worse. The next strike, which is technically strike 1, that'll make it so you can't stream for an entire week, and you can't. I'm not sure about uploading, but I think you definitely can't use your community tab. You can't use any. You can't even tell people that you're banned. That's why you can't upload, post, or stream. Yeah, that's why it's important to follow Jeff on Twitter or any of his other socials, because if he gets that second strike, he won't be able to tell you. He'll just be shadow banned for like a week.
Yeah, and the second strike is 2 weeks. Like the third strike is I thought it was 2 weeks.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know. Whatever, 2 weeks or a month. Long. Yeah, then the third one you're just gone. You're just gone.
Just gone.
Yeah, the warning is for life.
Yeah, it's not much of a warning. It's just the first strike.
Yeah, so that's them.
Yeah, we'll see with the technically it doesn't cause any damage except for using up one of your lives. It's basically you get like the 3 lives on YouTube, and then one of your dudes is just gone. The rings are exploding out of your well, I'm gonna make a Sonic reference, but yeah.
Yeah, but it does piss you off just a little bit.
Copyright. So Cass O says, aren't copyright claims different from terms of service bans? Yes, because a copyright claim has to be claimed unless it's claimed by the content ID system. So that would be something you go and do to someone. This was an automatic system or reporting or something, which is strange.
Okay, Rose. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Rose. So that's weird. I was told something totally different. There's basically 3 things that YouTube can do to you. Give you a copyright notice, give you a copyright claim, and give you a copyright strike. If they give you the notice, they say, hey, someone else owns the material you're broadcasting, but they don't care. So no harm, no foul, nothing happens. If you get a copyright claim, that's when someone says, oh, you showed 30 seconds of my video on your 12-hour stream, so I'm going to take all of your monetization from your 12-hour stream. And I mean, that's a no harm. That just takes away your $1.89 you were going to make from advertising. But the copyright strike is they claim everything, they get your video yeeted, they pull it, it disappears, and you get a very, very bad notice saying if you do this again, you're not going to be able to stream. And very few people do a full-on copyright strike.
Yeah, very, very rarely. And there are certain different ways you can do it. Like typically, most people know that if you get 3 strikes, you're out on YouTube. And as it's different how it works for bigger creators and smaller creators, because if you're part of there's these special tools you can gain access to if you're part of an MCN. So like this happens a lot with the big animation channels, like Flash Skits, for example. They can register a video, and TV shows do this too, like Rick and Morty, or any TV show that's going to be like heavily memed or heavily reposted on content. Before the episode is actually made public, they'll upload it to YouTube, so that if you upload the video as soon as it goes live, it'll be claimed by the system. It's an automated system that just looks for these things constantly. And YouTube's AI for detecting copyrighted stuff is actually very advanced. It's incredible. It's like it's well on a way, like far more advanced than anything else you'd see on Twitch or any other video platform. So these big channels have these auto things in place. Like TEDx is like a big company. They can immediately tell if you're getting like, you know, a copyright match. And they probably have an automated system of things like, if it's this much, then do this. If it's this much, then do this. If it's this much, do much. The rest of us, regular guys, if we get a copyright claim, it shows up in our studio, and we can choose to then either ignore it, take down it immediately, or send through a 7-day takedown contest or something. You can also claim videos for revenue, but that's not available to everybody. It's again only for bigger channels that get these special tools. It's happened to me before, because I've had some people actually steal my content, like straight up, because I don't have any problem with people reacting to my content, but I've had people straight up download my entire videos, metadata, thumbnails, and everything, and re-upload them to their channels. And I'll always send a 7-day takedown request. So they have 7 days to delete it, and if they do not do that, then they get a DCMA strike. DCMA has kind of like a dirty name, a dirty word on YouTube, but the DCMA system is actually a good system when used in the correct way. The problem is that people use the DCMA system for like butthurt drama, basically, which is absolutely disgusting. Like, don't use it for that.
Well,
that's
shoot.
how it works.
Yeah, I said, we'll do something else on Friday. We'll do part 2 of this on Friday without the video. So there was a reading portion of this stream that we were going to get into. We'll do that on Friday. Whatever. People suck. TED Talks can bite my ass for all I'm concerned right now. But we'll just go through the little process, see what their email says.
I'd be hopeful at this point. I imagine that you got a good 70% chance of getting this reversed within 24 hours or so. But if not, then keep us posted. Also, I would keep appealing it. And if you get a bad email back from your handler, then send it to all your friends who have one, because not everyone has one, right? Usually you get them around 100,000 subscribers, but I think they hand them out if you get like a lot of donators, because they're trying to focus on short form content and live stream content at the moment on YouTube.
Yeah, because she sent me the first email when I was right around 40,000.
That's really early. Typically, it's 100,000. So that suggests that your channel is punching above its weight, which it is in donations.
But see, now I've got to reach out, because I don't want to be like, "Hi, remember those 2 emails I ignored? Well, now I need you, so talk to me." It's
their job. It doesn't matter. She has. I know. I mean, she might not necessarily respond, because all of the YouTube people are always. There's like they manage like 1,000 different people, basically. Yeah. So they like it, make it seem like
she seems to be in charge of Koreans, because she's Korean. So
that's nice. Is she single?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her yet.
Got to use your Korean with them. Yeah. Do some of those tongue twisters in Presso.
In case you're watching, lady, he's just joking. He's not. Fondin says, "Screw YouTube." ScrewTube did the exact same thing to a game developer with over 1 million subs for streaming his own game just last night. Yeah, YouTube's just been getting squirrely.
That's weird. YouTube is meant to be updating their terms of service for gaming content to allow more graphic content on gaming, because like there's obviously like a graphic content warning for like blood and things like that on YouTube, but obviously there's a lot of very visceral games like Mortal Kombat or something. But I remember seeing an email about it, but because I don't do that content, I didn't really focus too much on that. Yeah. They're meant to be making it more relaxed for gaming, but that's weird, because they haven't really done any gaming strikes in a long time. Like, that used to be an old thing on YouTube. Like, you used to have to join Machinima, which is basically a slave contract that for in perpetuity. And Nintendo's really litigious on those things. But apart from Nintendo, I thought basically you're free reign on most games, unless they have copyright music. Because Alan Wake's like that. Alan Wake's actually a pretty cool game in my opinion.
Alan Wake 2 way back in the day.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of copyright music on that game, so it's impossible to stream, and everything. All my old streams in that totally gone. But cool game. That rock metal concert you do during the Evil People is pretty. It's actually very Stranger Things 4. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if they got inspiration for that from that game.
Oh, could be. Well, I mean, everything is in motion now. He said, we'll just have to wait for this email from my, hey, come on, you guys, pull your head out of your ass. It wasn't monetized, and TED Talks can say this is, all right, we're checking your appeal. So I guess they'll send me an email at some point, and then we'll see what the email says, and we'll share it, and then appeal from there if we need to, and then raise the ghost of content partner or whatever she is. And
so what you're saying is you're appealing.
Yeah.
The strike.
I'm an appealing person.
Yeah.
I appeal to everybody. Well, we'll just
you do actually like there's all these different people like in this sort of space, but they all kind of have like their lovers and haters. I don't know anyone that dislikes you. You're like the very friendly boy.
But even the people that seem to hate me, they do it in a loving way.
There's only one person I know that doesn't like you.
But I think they do.
But yeah, it kind of.
See,
but they mostly stick to my stream.
Yeah, I think they actually do.
I'm sure.
They like the witty repartee and banter. But I don't need to have enemies. I'm a nice guy. We'll just have to see what they say. Like he said, it's just frustrating and weird that they just say you did this, and they don't provide any explanation or evidence or even reference to what you did. It's just you did this. Okay, how do I appeal that? Yeah, you take a stab at it. And well, this will be the last super chat then, because we're both operating at about 1:30 a.m. here over in East Asia time.
Yeah, I'm going to the beach tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to work. The Chuggy Show Live says scam notification thing for reading a Supreme Court ruling on my show once. Got it overturned ASAP. So stupid. Get wrecked. YouTube. Yeah, well, that's going to be the next thing is like, how come this is showing that scam, fraud, whatever it is? Want to show me
that's
where I did that?
Yeah,
well, what's
a weird one.
Yeah.
Don't know about that.
We'll just have to.
That's what I was saying. Like, it would either be an auto detection error or like mass flaggers saying you're scamming people, which doesn't make sense unless the people you're showing weren't actually the greatest lawyers of all history. That could have been a scam. That could have been like mid-tier ones. I don't know. But that's like that'd be splitting hairs.
Well, that's just it. I just wanted to come back and let people know what happened after I just randomly, suddenly disappeared very quickly there. And then Josh here from Meme Copium, who is the internet guy. He's the guy I go to because he's one of the YouTube nerds of the highest order. That he lives in the algorithm. He lives in the data. And
I'm smart on everyone else's channel except my own. Like whenever I show up on someone's channel, I'm always like an expert. When I'm on my channel, everyone's just making fun of me, and they're like, I can't do anything.
You live in the analytics, though, so that's
I do like the numbers.
Yeah, see, and I just hate it. I just wing this whole damn thing. So that's why I have to turn to you for any useful thing.
You got that natural talent, though. That's good.
Yeah, but you're the one that actually has useful information in situations like this. So that's what we have to go to, because you lurk in the analytics, and that they scare me. All righty. Well, everybody, thanks for coming back here. How many of you came back? I don't know. Well, let's see. There we go.
325 at the moment.
I've got so many of these stupid windows open, I can't find my dashboard window. There we go.
I think it says
325.
So I think it was like 400 when it went down. I'm not sure. I was working on a thumbnail for my other channel.
We'll do some OJ Simpson tomorrow.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it will be. Should be safe. Don't know anymore. We'll find out. But thanks, mods, for coming back again. Thanks, chatters, for coming back again. Thanks, Vice Squad. You're rocking. Hey, Josh, everybody needs to go to Meme Copium and subscribe to him. Both of his channels. Do you want to pimp your other channel, or just stick with Meme Copium?
I mean, yeah. If you're interested in Japan-focused content, I just released a video on my second channel called Inaka Adventure, which is focused on Japan travel and adventure. And I released a video called How to Spend 3 Days in Osaka, which is where I live. So it's my secret guide. I saw one person in the chat tonight said that he thought it was a good video. So there you go. It's already approved by chat. It's got some neat things. Osaka's a really fun city. Everyone goes to Tokyo, but we got all the food. We got all the secret catgirl clubs. We've got all the things in Osaka. Don't you worry about it. So my recommendation is to go over there and check it out. Also, I do streams about an hour or two before Jeff streams. So if you're looking for something to warm up to, then I usually raid into Jeff. He's been riding my coattails for years, so
I have.
Just kidding, obviously. But
James Randolph says, I hope OJ doesn't bust down the door tomorrow and demand his copyright back. It could happen. I'd like to do a stream with OJ. That'd be fun. All right, everybody. That's fun.
Have you contacted him? That's actually a really interesting idea. He might even take it on.
Well, see, that's something that has been tossed about a little bit because Ari Jacob is sort of 2 degrees of separation from OJ.
Really?
He knows somebody who knows him.
Did you see it when he was responding to people on like Twitter with the knife emojis?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Just
you
commenting
next.
randomly on the Koberger stuff. It's great.
Oh yeah, have you been following that?
Yeah.
Because we're looking like it's going to be October for Koberger. Hasn't waived his right for a speedy trial. They're contesting the DNA evidence, the touch DNA. They claim to have an alibi, but they're not submitting it, even though they're required to. It looks like they're going to like try and use the cell phone data to make up a new alibi. It's getting interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Might be one to keep an eye on because it's a very popular case, actually. And the thing is, there's nothing that connects Koberger to the victims, and apparently no DNA evidence in his car, which is a big one. Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any in Zachariah Anderson's car either, and he got lit up. So yeah,
it might be an interesting.
We'll have to just keep our eyes on it and see. I still think
I'm keeping an eye on it. So I'll let you know if I see anything really interesting.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, let's shut this thing down and get some sleep. Beam's got to go to the beach, and I got to go to work.
It's true.
Thanks, everybody. Come back tomorrow for O.J. Simpson trial coverage for our Relaxed Thursday. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you later. Have a good one. Lorax and Meme Copium out. Bye.